says was live above my head. That means you caught the replay. Type hashtag replay. That way I can welcome you. I'm trying to get it so you can see 99% of what I have in front of me. Hope you guys are good. Type the word BUM, B-U-M, and check your messages if you want the product list and all the things. We had a brand new launch today. If you have not checked that out, type the word BUM and then click that link and then go to my page and look under what's new. So many awesome everyday designs if you're looking for that this time of year. But we're going to do this. I have never inked on this, I keep calling it a welcome mat, but this porch mat, front door mat. This I got at Home Depot on my way home from school today. Hi, Pam Stone. Hi, Melinda Michael and Tammy. Hi. Hi, Melinda and Cindy. How are you guys? Okay, so I picked this up at Home Depot. I'm going to hold up the card here in case you guys want the specs on it. Style Well is the name brand. A lot of people have chalked on these before. I never have. It looks very, like it would be very textured, but this part is actually very smooth, so it's going to give a great result. I checked in with some members on my team, and they said it was great. But here are the details. If you want to take a quick screenshot of, hang on, I'll hold it there for like 1 second while I find my page. That way, if you want to pick one of these up, it was $14.98. There are some bigger ones. Those were, I forget how much they were, but they were a little more expensive. Okay, everybody got that? All right, so this is the mat. I got it at Home Depot. Hi, Mary, in the like carpet section, I guess. The aisle is different in every store because I checked a couple stores. Hi, Jamia. Hi, Lena, Mary, Hardy, and some other friends. Lena, hello. Cindy, hello. I'm glad you're good. Hi, Dawn. Tammy, you are new to my page. Please bear with me because I had a stroke 5 years ago and it's hard for me to type. So I use a mic. Talk when I'm new to your page. Bear with me. Hang on, it looks like it sent it twice. It's okay. If I don't understand what you're saying, I'll always ask a clarifying question, Tammy. And it's fine if you have a typo. Don't feel like you. Most of the time I can get the gist, but sometimes when I'm going live, it's a little hard for me to figure that out. So don't be offended if I can't figure out what you're saying. Just redo it. It's no big deal, okay? We're glad you're here, Tammy. So glad you're here. Okay, you guys, we're going to use this transfer. This is reusable. It's a silk screen. This says all bums welcome. The keyword is bum. Keyword is bum. I used one for fall. I found it too heavy. I also didn't use. All right, well, Debbie, we're about to try it. So cheer me on. Don't give me, I need some good vibes, okay? I need good vibes. This one is very heavy, but I am liking that it's very heavy. This is going to go on my front door here. Thanks for the sprinkle. So I'm going to flip it around just so, for me, for some reason, when it's upside down, it is hard to concentrate. So what you want to do is, this is going to be super easy, okay? We were working on fabric, which is essentially what this is made out of. You don't need to fuzz your transfer. Just take it off the backer sheet. And I'm not going to do bright color, but we'll see. We'll see. But thank you for saying that. We are doing All Bums Welcome. They are dogs, so I'm not going to do bright colors. But we'll see. What do you mean by bright? I mean, I know what a bright color is. So I'm going to just place this right in the center. This particular transfer is 6 by 18 and the mat is 18 by 30. I think this looks very nice here in the center. I'm just giving it a glance to make sure that it's not crooked. I should have pulled my hair up because you guys know I got a lot of hair here. Okay. Tammy, type B-U-M. So pronounce it real, like, but, it won't get the message without the right letters. Hi, Donna. How are you? I hope so, Debbie. Thank you now for your encouragement. You know what would have been great is if I would have grabbed my black ink, which is what I plan to use. I grabbed everything else except for my ink, so let me grab it. Let me grab it. Hang on, it's just right here. It's just a little bit off camera. Oh, that's not black. Hold, please. Why is my black, like, at the bottom? Are you kidding me right now? All right, hang on. One more minute. Apparently, we're going to use this. Apparently, I'm out of black ink, you guys. What in the world? Didn't I tell you guys, like, don't get... This is a do as I say, not as I do moment. I need to buy white paste and black ink. And I placed an order today, and did I do either? No. So the key is when you are chalking on fabric, any fabric, tea towel, pillow, whatever, doesn't matter, take your time and get your air bubbles out. So I'm just taking a dry squeegee, nothing is on it, and I'm going over the transfer. I usually like to work from the center out, and I'm just like extra precaution, giving myself, going both ways, because ink is permanent, okay? So anytime you want to do something and you want it to be permanent, most of the time you're going to want to use ink, okay? All right, I'm hopefully, I'm already batting 0 because I didn't even have black ink here. What in the world? Okay, so what I do with the ink single, this is in the cart link, so if you type bum, I've actually got an ink single in there. So what I do is I always flip my single upside down and I push all the paste or ink all the way to the bottom, okay? And then I cut just a corner like that, okay? And this is so, because I really even just been keeping my open ones like this, and they do stay well. Hi, Marcia Dean and Florine, how are you? Okay, so then, because I have such a big area, I am actually just gonna squeeze some ink onto here. Okay, just a little bit, and then I'm going to probably need more, but I'm going to just kind of add more as I need to. Now with ink and fabric specifically, you want to press firmly, okay? Because if you don't press firmly, your fabric, the ink will not, you want it to grab onto that fabric, okay? So it'll look like it's through the silk screen, but it won't actually be on the fabric, okay? See, I told you I was gonna need more. It is, I always have teachable moments. Okay, and then as I need more, I just put like a little bit on my squeegee and go, okay? This is how I do it. Because I don't want to have to, I don't want to waste any. Okay, so I am pressing very, very firmly, okay? Just so you know. You can't really see that through the video, but I like to let you know because if you get home and then you go over it and then you see you don't have any ink on your mat, you're going to want to know why. So just press firmly. This is why I take extra precaution to get all of my air bubbles out so that when I do press firmly, it won't bleed. Okay. So I needed a lot more than I thought here. I will say with ink projects, you do tend to use a little more, especially ink on fabric, basically, because you can imagine the ink absorbs into the fabric, or that's the goal anyhow. Okay, I am trying my best. I'm usually not good about pressing firmly. This is why I keep saying it. Also to remind myself. Then I'm just scraping up the excess. Okay, you just want to press this, whoops, press this in. Probably going to end up using about half of this ink single-ish. So you can probably get, with this transfer, you could make 2 of these with 1 ink single and 1 transfer, okay? And obviously 2 mats. Got a little spot there and a little spot there. Okay, and then the next part, you want to clean your hands, okay? Clean your hands. Because if you touch somewhere on here that you know, then it's going to be permanent. Then we're going to lift carefully, okay? And what it's going to show me, why we're doing it carefully, is that if I miss something, which I did not so far, oh, right there. If you miss a spot like I did right there, you're going to be able to lay the transfer back down, take some ink, press it in kind of firm, and then just lift again, okay? Got a couple other spots. This transfer has some thin lines, so hang on. Even with my firm pressure, I got a couple thinner areas. Okay, this tail right there. I'm getting close. I'm almost done. You guys, I was a little intimidated when I brought this home, so I reached out to my team, or the team that I'm on, I guess. I'm like, guys, is there any trick to this? Everybody said, nope, it's just like a shirt, and that is exactly right. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. You guys, type the word bum, check your messages. I'm going to show you. All you have to do is clean this with some water and a board eraser. Thank you, Karen. Karen, I sent you your loyalty paste either yesterday or today. I can't remember which day now. But that's on its way to you. You just want to clean it with water. I use a paper towel to kind of get most of this black up. You can do this in your sink. You don't have to have a mat or anything. Don't feel like you do. Then I'm thinking about filling these in. What do you guys think about that idea? I'm thinking about making a pattern. It's just a thought. Do you like it all in black? Or would you fill them in? I'm going to make a pattern of black, white. This is already tan, so we're going to have 4 colors. This color, black, brown, and white is what I was thinking of. Do you like that idea? Thank you, Lena. Okay, then you want to clean the back too, guys. Front and back. You want to get any lint up anyway for the next time you use this. This is so cute. What I also like about this transfer, which I did not mention, is that you're getting the word welcome, which you can put on almost every craft that you make, okay? So you're going to get a lot more out of this transfer than just the dogs. If you're a dog lover, obviously you're going to want this, but on top of that, you're going to also get that word welcome in about 4 inches or so. And I think that's great for a lot of the smaller crafts, okay? Okay, and then I am just going to carefully put this right back on the backer sheet. I dropped my paper towel. Make sure you posted your screenshots in the VIP group, you guys. Last night I made a post. You're going to pick your favorites that you like from the launch, screenshot one of them, and your name will be put in there for a giveaway. And then I made a post in the broadcast channel this morning, so you guys know any orders placed in there will be ordered to put in for Happy Mail also, so we're all good for today. Needs a splash of color, really cute. I honestly love it like this, but I am going to add, we're going to dry it. And then I'm going to add some color. I agree. I do agree. But you know what? If you want to fill it in, it's pretty cute like this. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Cindy. Hi, Donna. Really? Donna, do you do anything special to it other than heat set it? Or just heat set? Oh, that's cute with little collars. I like that idea. I don't think I want to add a lot of color to it with collars, but this, oh my goodness, you guys, that's a bunny. I thought this was all dogs. It is not. This is a cat. This is, I think that's a cat. This is a bunny. That's hilarious. You guys, how funny. You're also going to get this little bunny. I'll hold it up so you can see it. Okay, you got to see this little bunny. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to try to bring it really close. It's going to be sideways, but right here is a bunny. And I really thought everything on here was a dog at the first glance, but this is a cat. This is a bunny. This could be a cat or a dog, I'm not really sure, but the rest look like dogs to me. Oh, that's perfect, Donna. I love that. Okay, so I am going to add a little color to it. This is hilarious that this is a bunny. So the bunny has to have, we're going to set this aside. The bunny, to me, has to be, what do I got over there? Let's see. My tail of my bunny is going to be white. I am going to actually spray a little water in my white ink, which you can do just like you do with your paste, because my white is very thick. And I think if I'm going to paint this, I want it to be thin. If your white is brand new, this is a terrible brush. Let me hold it here. I'm going to just paint the bunny's tail white. And that just gives it a little bit of color. I am going to switch brushes though, because this is terrible. Okay, let's see. If I did tan, brown, black, white, tan, brown, black, white, tan, brown, black, then my bunny's going to be, how about tan, white, black, brown. Tan, white, brown, tan, white, black, brown. Then the bunny will be brown. Okay, let's write this down so we don't forget. Tan, white, black, brown. Okay, I'm going to go with a pattern. And that is the pattern I'm going to do. So we're going to, I have, tan is going to be the color of this, okay? And then white, and then black, and then brown. So this is a brown fabric marker. And we're just going to give it a little, you guys, this is so easy with a fabric marker. Grab your fabric markers. go around the chalked lines. And in my experience, even if you get a little bit on the chalk lines, it's going to be fine. Your life is going to be easy. Tell me while I'm coloring these in, what, if you looked at the new launch today, what your favorite is, okay? I'm trying to think what my favorite is at this moment. I think I like the one that says can't fix stupid. It made me giggle. I don't know what I would do with it, but it did make me giggle. I love the bees. But what else did you guys like? Black, white, tan, black, brown. Black, white. No, tan, white, black. This one's brown. Homebody Club. I got that one too. Well, I guess I ended up in the end getting them all, but I do love that one. And I really liked, to be honest, I wished it was bigger, but there was a size A transfer, so it's one of our smaller sizes, that said, or it didn't say anything. It was a porch. I thought that was adorable. Tan, white, black, and then our bunny is brown. I wish I had a gray fabric marker because I would have done some in gray, but I do not. Sadly, I do not. I said black, but I don't know if that's gonna, if we're gonna lose a lot of detail if I do black. We'll see. That is cute. So then we need white, but I need a better brush, you guys. Probably this one. I wish the porch was bigger too. Oh, did you order it, Mary? Florine liked them all. I ordered that can't fix stupid. I think I will put it on a mouse pad. Oh, is it that small? I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was like 9 by 9. I'm feeling pretty good, Jen. Thank you. Hi, Charlene. Okay, so now we're going to do the white. And like I said, when I paint on fabric, I do like to thin out my ink. Tan white, so it's going to be the second one. Because it just makes it a little easier to move around and to get like in all the nooks and crannies of the fabric. Move around is not the right word. I guess what I mean is I get better coverage when I thin out my ink. It's a little easier to control. Homebody Club, I wish that. I love that. I'm becoming more and more, I like to be busy, but I am becoming more and more of a homebody. Because I'm busy at home, right? You guys know that. I was telling my boss last night that I said, I went home and I worked for 4 hours. And then I said, wait a minute. Then the more I thought about it, I came home from school and I worked for 7 hours after school. Basically, an entire school day, I worked for you guys, which I love. To me, it wasn't even work, which is why, I was able to do it. I think my girlfriend's like, I don't know how you do that. I said, I'm not really sure. I will say I was tired last night and I did sleep all night, so that's good. All right, I need a little more water in here. You know what, Jen? I wish I was independently wealthy. You know what? Even if I was, I would still do this with you guys because I love it. That's how much I love it. I'm definitely not independently wealthy. I should say, guys, if you're going to add ink to your water to your ink into your jar like I am, you should use distilled water in your paste. Just as a disclosure, because I do not do that. But if your water is different than mine and you have impurities in it, you know, you might get some mold in your paste because it's made out of natural items. So I was in a meeting last night. One of the things I was doing last night, I was in where it's called a momentum meeting with Chalk, with people from corporate, getting some ideas for the fall, for next fall. Like, they're working hard for you guys on new colors and colors of the month. Tell me in the comments what color of the month was your absolute favorite. Oh, me too, Dawn. The wings. That's the one that I said yesterday, right before while I was live, that it almost made me cry before the live. It was something. It says something like you were ready, but your wings were ready, but I wasn't. Tan is white, so this one's tan and this one's white. Okay, right? Tan, white, black, brown. Tan, white. I gotta double check myself when I'm live, you guys. It's not always easy to remember what you're doing when you're talking and crafting at the same time. I'm getting better at it. Marigold and marmalade. Those were, I don't believe, well, marigold might have been a color of the month. Was marmalade? I thought that was, Mary, for some reason, I thought that was an En Vogue color. Yeah, the wings was a good one. I'm going to have to make something for my workshop about it with my dad. Can you guys believe it's already been it's almost been a year since my dad died? That was quite a whirlwind. Not completely unexpected, but it sort of was unexpected. Almost a year. The Barbie, that was their first one. Dream Car, it's called. They've brought that one back a couple times. Or at least once. And then they did ink in Dream Car. Yeah, they were just asking us, like, which color of the months did we like the best and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of a super secret meeting, but, you know, if you guys have one that you like the best. For instance, nominee was a color of the month. And we begged and begged and begged for them to make it, you know, a permanent color, right? Like, they're not going to do that with all of the color of the months. But just curious what your favorites were. Mine, if I'm honest, is called, I don't know if it was called Midnight or if it was called, but it was the navy blue. And it was the perfect blue for me. I think it was a color of the month. If it was called Midnight. Doesn't matter. It was navy blue and it was gorgeous. And I feel like we need a navy in our toolbox. Nominee was a favorite, that's for sure. Home, which looks awesome with nominee. Home, thank you, Jan. I should have asked you to begin with. white, black, brown, tan, white. So this tall one, black, brown, tan. So this one and the last one are white also. So I'm just dabbing lightly. This is where I like to water down my ink, because I can like barely touch the fabric and the ink goes where it needs to go. And it's like when you have it too thick, you have to overstroke it. And that's when you're going to get on your lines. Now you can totally do it that way and lay your transfer back down, but it is a little more difficult to relay your transfer line back up on a piece of fabric, okay? It's a lot easier to do it on a piece of wood or something a little more less porous. So just a little bit of precaution there. So I think it's better to just thin out your ink and paint as close to the line as you feel comfortable. And I just have a super skinny brush and I'm just really painting with like the very, very tip of the brush. To be fair, there is a midnight. Yes, because that's what I was thinking of. Oh, it was a free color. This is why midnight was in my brain, because it's sitting over there and I know I have it and I've used it recently. But you're absolutely right. I used 2 jars of home in a really short period of time. Like, to me, that was the best blue. Thank you for giving me some credit there, Jan. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Here's another question. What is a surface that you wish that we had? A surface, meaning something to chalk on, that you haven't seen, or you wish that we used to see but you don't see it now. What would that be? What would be your favorite for that? Because I know there's lots of surfaces out there and lots of places to get them. Let's see. I'm just kind of, as this is drying a little bit, going back over a couple spots. And then the very last white one, it was a perfect blue. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Welcome to my page. Hope you're doing awesome. It was 77 degrees today on the playground this afternoon. You guys are having unseasonably warm weather here in North Texas, which I am not upset about. The average high in North Texas, okay, I'm just giving you a rough estimate, is around like the 50s. We usually have like big temperature swings, like, so it might be 30 in the morning, but 55 in the afternoon kind of a deal. So when I lived in Michigan, it might be 32 when you wake up and 35 for a high because it's super cloudy. But anyway, that's what we normally are, and I am enjoying this darn near almost 80-degree weather. Especially when I'm going to go spend 3 hours in the garage cutting for you guys. After this is done, it's better than having my mittens on and cutting. 49 in Michigan. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but it's going to be cold on Sunday. The beaded oval. That was a good one. I do have that. Shiplap, wooden trays, magnetic frame. And the white arch with the stand. Those are great ones. The magnetic frame so you can change things up. You mean like a metal piece, or you mean like a chalkboard for the magnetic? You just mean like a metal piece, or? All those ideas are great. Okay, we're done with the white, I think. Yes. We're done with the white. Oh, Jan, that seems like summer for you. Yeah, that always happens, right? That always happens. All right, we're going to test out this black. So, what I was going to say, what you can do, oh, it's very black. If you get any white on your black outline, you can use your black fabric marker. But now that I said I was going to do black, I'm a little worried that you're going to lose the detail on these. So I think we're going to do something different than use a black fabric marker. Oh, the detail tool. Absolutely. I agree. Oh, what am I doing? We are going to do, I'm going to make a gray. I have this old tray. And I'm going to do this over here because I don't want to do it on here and get anything on here. But I'm going to put some white on this tray and then just add a smidge of black to it and create like a gray color. So when you want to make it gray, I highly suggest starting with white and adding the smallest amount of black, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. So I have like this much white. And I'm just gonna start little, like that little tiny dollop of black, and we'll see how gray that gets. It doesn't have to, I don't really particularly want this to be super gray, like super dark gray. And my white was thick, so. And then the key is you just want to mix it pretty well, okay? This is gonna be perfect. I changed my mind on the black because we're gonna lose the outline if I do that. I might do just a little tiny bit more, but better to start with a little and add more as you go, because once you get it dark, it's really hard to get it light again. Trust me. This is a live and learn situation. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna get my brush out. Let's see, I wish they'd bring the detail tool. We don't have a gray ink. We have Storm, I just don't have it. But that's fine, you can always make your own. We don't have a true gray. So instead of black between the white and the brown, I'm gonna do this gray color. So Storm, we have Storm ink. And like I said, I don't have every single color. Not in ink anyway. But Storm is more of a grayish. So it's kind of a brownish gray. This is more of a true gray color. But you do you. If you like that color, use it. And then what I might do is, like I said, with your black fabric marker, if you do get on the lines, you can always use it to kind of brighten up some of those spots. where you maybe were a little heavy-handed with the ink. Like just there. Whoops. Now, I am not an expert painter. I would say if you've never painted in on your transfers before, maybe try it once on a piece of wood or something non-textured. But the key is for fabric is to water it down. It really helps. It's just easier. You can always do more than one coat if you want it darker. And it's just easier to move it around, or get full coverage rather. I can't believe that I didn't do this one sooner, honestly. I don't know what I was thinking today, and I went, I haven't done that yet. And I was worried that this one was sold out already because it's so darn cute. And everybody is a pet lover. And now I'm just really loving it because there's a bunny in it. You guys, you can use this tiny little bunny for a lot of your Easter crafting too. How cute. You could put this little guy on placemats in the corner. Wouldn't that be cute? I think it's adorable. I can't believe I didn't notice that before. Well, I do believe I didn't notice it. That's something that would happen to me, but how cute. Okay, this is done. This is done. These are all done. Perfect. I painted it on a onesie. Not easy. What do you mean? You painted in something on a onesie? Yeah, you really want to water down your ink. Isn't this cute, Vicky? Thanks for sprinkling. Yeah, Mary, they do have Storm. So it's just the same color as the paste. Which is just, like I said, it's a little, it's got a little brown tint to it. All right, let's dry this. Disco. Well, disco is like a metallic silver. I suppose you could use it. You could totally use it if you wanted. But it's going to be like, this is more of a watered down look, like a watercolor. Disco is going to be more full coverage. So that's how it will be. Hi, Mimi. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Hi, Patricia. Did you get the go-ahead to go home? A chalkboard that's magnetic. So yes, the 8-inch, well, there's some 8-inch frames, but I think the smaller one is out of stock. Agreed. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. That helps me so much. Now the next step is making sure your ink is super dry. Isn't this so cute? I'm glad you like it, friend. Oh, a long time ago, yeah. Painting with ink is a little bit of a learning curve, but you could repeat the bunnies all the way across. You guys, I'm enamored with this bunny. Isn't this so adorable? Okay, this white is not dry yet. Hang on. I guess there's 2 cats and 1 bunny and the rest are dogs. Yes, I did get it at Home Depot, Vicki, in the section of where the carpets are. There's like a big, like they have the big carpets and the little ones. In every Home Depot was like in a different aisle, but. Okay, so basically what you want to do, and of course, do I not have, hold please. Oh, are you kidding me right now? Okay, imagine that I have a piece of parchment paper here because I was cleaning in my craft room and I threw away the one that I've used a million times. So pretend this is a piece of parchment paper. You want to lay it down and then take your iron. Now you want to put it to the hottest setting that your fabric will allow. This is polyester. So I would suggest that you iron this on the polyester setting, no steam, for a while, like 5 minutes, okay? Just like this, with your parchment paper, not your paper towel. Mine's in the other room. I have to get some. And you're going to want to iron this probably for a good 5 minutes just to make sure that you've heat set your ink, okay? That's what you want to do. Now, before you make any purchases, make sure you're in the Perks program. That is going to allow you to shop at 30% off, but how stinking adorable is it? I'm going to try to bend it so I can get it closer. Closer! Isn't this so cute? You guys, hit the heart button. Type the word bum. Check your messages. I hope I said white arch with base, not frame. Oh. Okay, sounds good. What do you guys think? Isn't this so fun? Now there was a couple little spots that I'm going to touch up with my little marker, but let's get our picture here. So cute. Now, this size will also work with any of the transfers that are 12 by 18, okay? Because this one is 18 this way and 30 this way, but you could fit that in here if you like a different design. Oh, I see. I'm like, what is happening? I was coming over here to get my fabric marker and just kind of lightly get my details back in on a couple spots. I mean, you can lay your transfer back down, but I prefer not to do that. But once the live is totally done, what I'm going to do is get my parchment paper and lay it down. Now I'm just being a little bit nitpicky. Now, my designer told me, and Donna said earlier on the live, that it lasts a good year, and then you may have to lay your transfer back down and freshen it up, but that it holds up pretty well. Because, you know, you're like walking on it all the time. But that makes sense. There was one where I thought, remember I said, oh, right here. Okay, perfect. All right, I love this, guys. Go grab this transfer. I think it's amazing. Check out the new launch. That's also amazing. And don't forget about the color of the month. You can grab that. It's called Debutante. It's a beautiful sparkly pink in time for Valentine's Day. And we'll see you guys soon. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.